Radio Africana.
Your non-stop entertainment radio.
Welcome back to the Turntable Show. And we're excited. We're excited. Thank you very much for joining us again. I hope you've got rid of all your distractions. So I'm going to introduce our guest. Our guest today on the Turntable Show is the one and only Tunde Styl Plus. He is known for his soulful and captivating voice, and he has contributed significantly to the success of the group that he was once a part of. His vocal prowess, combined with the group's well-crafted melodies and meaningful lyrics, have endeared them to fans not only in Nigeria but across Africa and beyond. I would even say totally throughout the world they are known. And over the years, Styl Plus obviously faced some challenges, and today we're going to be talking to one of the members, or what I say ex-members, which is Tunde. And he's constantly been associated with the group, and despite the changes to the group, he has obviously carried on with his music career. He's been nominated, or what I say, he's been bestowed with the Youth Ambassador for Peace Award by the World Youth Federation for World Peace due to his effort to promoting and peaceful coexistence amongst people of diverse backgrounds in northern Nigeria. And obviously that's just a little summary of the amazing guests we have today. But yes, welcome Tunde. How you doing?
I'm all right. Yeti, how are you?
I'm good. I'm sorry about the stuttered intro, and we got you in late. We had some technical difficulties, so do forgive us. Hope you're well.
Yeah, I am.
Great stuff. Still looking young. I don't think you've aged at all.
I'll take that as a compliment.
It is a compliment. Usually, I don't know, how old was I when I was listening to the songs that, obviously I'm not talking about the songs you recently released. Probably, I don't want to give away my age. I think I was around about 14. Yes. I was around about 13, 14. Don't do the math. Don't do that. I see you. Your eyes are in the air, you're doing the math. I was literally 13, 14 in secondary school, around about SS2, SS3. That's what I was doing when you guys were popping. And I was just like, yeah, it was a question of trying to know your lyrics, sing it as musically as you guys did. And we all had our favorites. I'm going down memory lane now, if you permit me. We all had our
It's all right.
We all had our favorites in the group, and we always waited for the person who we loved the most to come forward and sing. But yeah, welcome. How have you been? What's been happening with you?
Thank you for the warm welcome, and it's been great with me. I've been exploring other frontiers in other fields as well, apart from music. However, I like to say life is good as it is.
We can see. Usually, I guess I'm not going to call it Nollywood. Usually, with people in the Nigerian entertainment space, it is mostly seen that whenever you hear about somebody who was once in entertainment, if you look back at their life, maybe 20 years forward, they're normally in a place where they're either asking for a kidney transplant funding or something like that. We're grateful that you are in good health and you're looking as great as we remember you looking when I'm not going to say when you were back in Nigeria, because there's nothing wrong with still being in Nigeria.
No, not at all.
You're still looking good, and that's amazing. So if you
Well,
just
thank you.
give us a little idea of what you're up to now, and I guess the journey that led to you deciding to branch out into the other things you're doing now.
Okay. If it wasn't for the fact that I met Shifi and Zeal and the others in school back then, I probably wouldn't be doing music now. So I've always had a scientific mindset, and I love to explore things. I have a curious mind as well. So I would have wanted to be a marine engineer or an aeronautic engineer, but I don't think I had the discipline to face my studies back then. So I put it all into the music. Okay, so after I left the group, or let me say we separated, as in unofficially, in 2012, I decided to delve into some other stuff like programming because I'm into computers a lot. And as I'm a gamer, I got tired of just playing the games as well. I thought I could start creating the games. So presently I'm working on some games, but I'm doing that at the same time with music. So right now in the UK, I am working on a new song. I released 2 songs this year. Actually 3. One was a remaster, which is Sweet Love, Different, and Kinemolishi.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, but presently I'm working on a song called Anywhere You Are, and it's a song promoting peace throughout the earth. It's an earth song promoting humanity, human rights, love, self-awareness, and motivation. And it's meant to bridge the gap, between, or bring everybody together, foster unity amongst all races, and let us understand our differences.
Okay. And you've said a lot in that statement, from
I have.
engineering to gaming to still doing music, but you're focusing on peace.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
a lot to unpack. I'm sorry. I think some
Okay.
things, because there's so many other things to sing about. Do you genuinely we're called the Turntable Show for a reason. We don't ask the typical questions.
Mm.
Forgive us. So what I'm asking is, do you really think there can be peace or not? Why sing about peace of all topics?
Okay. If you follow world politics now and the news, there's unrest all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
We have wars, and we have people who are actually suffering from all this. And for us to have wars, that means there has been a breakdown of communication, with people. And once people can't even communicate or understand each other, it causes conflict, and conflict, can escalate to wars. So, and we can't promote peace enough. So we must always keep reiterating the importance of peace.
Mm-hmm.
And talk about it. So, and what gave me this inspiration is Michael Jackson's Earth song, which is not particularly saying, be at peace with everybody, be at peace, but just talking about the beauty of relying or depending on your neighbor, and actually, stretching out that olive branch to people, letting them know that you come in peace rather than, war.
Okay, let's now bite on that olive branch. Before we collect before we collect the olive branch, let's bite it first. So does that mean that at any point you're going to be joining Style Plus so that we can see a world tour? Talking about olive branches.
Presently, back in the days, like maybe it's about 7 years ago, we have our relationship has improved greatly. Right now we are talking, we are back to our brotherhood. However, geographically we are not together, but we're in talks about the possibilities of things going on, in the future. And maybe you should just watch my Instagram or TikTok space to be abreast of whatever it is that is gonna be, announced to you guys in the nearest future.
Okay. Since you are the ambassador for olives.
Peace, yeah. I got the award of Peace Ambassador sometimes back, about let me see, a decade and a half ago. And bad things happen because bad people, perpetrate these bad things, and they keep happening when good people don't talk. So we all have our parts to play in ensuring that people don't forget that we are human first before any personal ambition or interest, you know.
I could definitely see a thread of consistency with what I've read in my research about you lately, in terms of every news article mentions that you did not leave or separate out of greed. That was an undertone that I found in most articles. You know, it wasn't a dirty separation or anything. It was very much, regardless of the fact that they couldn't see eye to eye on blah blah blah, be rest assured that it's not about greed. And I'm like, yo, it's like there's been a disclaimer to say, you know what,
you see, that article you actually read, it surprised me as well, because that wasn't the title or the topic. It was just a single question, and lo and behold, I saw the headline saying, I didn't leave Star Plus because of greed. It was just a question in the whole interview, and
the whole article was written about it.
Yeah, like greed. Oh damn. You know?
Very far-fetched, right?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Cool.
You really can't control how they narrate stuff that you have said.
So, going back to the olive branch.
Oh yeah.
Many times, if you see an olive branch, depends on the time of the year, you might mistake it for a mistletoe.
Okay.
Are you seeing where this is going? Do you know what happens under the mistletoe?
Well, sometimes people kiss under the mistletoe.
Good, you are there. In Nigeria, they say your head is there. So, we've always wanted to know about what the relationship status is of each member or ex-member. It doesn't matter. Like I said, we all had our favorites. So, is there anybody that you are kissing under the mistletoe in 2024? We've been releasing music, but you've been speaking about Jesus, and I'm wondering that we're receiving updates from your songs about Jesus. We're receiving updates about peace in the world. Like, are you now a priest or something? Or you've been bestowed with Abido Shaker? You now have your own holy water that you're selling. What's happening, man? Tell us.
Okay. First of all, I'm not a priest. Yeah. I'm a full functioning man.
Hey,
who's interested who is interested in the opposite sex, not same. And presently I'm in a relationship. It's pretty serious, and as much as I would love to show her, you know,
we saw her toes. We saw her toes.
You saw her toes. Okay. I always like to keep my family life, you know, very personal. You know, except I expose that to people that are very, very close to me.
Yeah. We saw the toes, so we kind of gathered, you know, we were at the beach and you were relaxing. we didn't see the rest, but we got an idea.
Well,
that definitely wasn't a man's leg.
Well, I did a little bit of showing anyway.
Hey. Anyway, you've always carried love in your heart. You've always been the ambassador of love. So it's not.
I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's it. So Cole, can you just run us through what inspired? Because I also noticed that the tracks you released this year were kind of back to back. Was it planned? What was the intention behind that? Because if we go with the recent trend in terms of the likes of Ashake and the rest, I think, was it not every 2 weeks that Ashake was dropping something? They said the guys were in rent. Were you owing rent too on your side? Is that why it was back to back?
Well, I think it's like you having a reservoir of water that has been stored for quite a while, and then you open up a blockage or like a dam and the water comes out. So I put music in the back burner for about, say, 15 years. So I've been releasing music intermittently. But I felt like, okay, this year I was going to put more effort in my recordings and release, because I'm quite used to recording songs and not releasing them. So I decided, okay, I was going to release, and some of the songs, like Jesus Fell on Me, the last release, was a song I recorded in 2016. But when I released it, it was played all over TV then, and Club 700 or One Cube, this Christian network was playing it, and people started thinking I was a gospel artist. I had to withdraw the song because I didn't want to confuse my listeners. I always try to tell people I'm not a gospel artist. Neither am I a doom artist. I'm just an artist singing about what I believe in. Yeah, so, and then I had a conversation with someone that said, don't ever throw away any of your songs. As in, it still has someone it's talking to, and I said, okay, let me bring this song back since it wasn't anywhere on the internet, even though the video was on YouTube. But if people wanted to stream it, they wouldn't have had the opportunity to. So I brought it back, remastered it, reintroduced it, and it's been received with open arms. As in, the reviews I've gotten has been really nice.
Okay. And how do you feel with people inviting you to events to sing Styl Plus songs, but not your song? I know it says you can still, I think I saw it somewhere that says you still sing their songs because you can, but genuinely, just dig in as to if you had a preference.
Just to address it, like, I'm not singing their songs, I'm singing my songs.
Okay.
Yeah, because I co-created Styl Plus.
Right.
I wrote those songs as well. So they are my songs just as they are theirs, so, and we all know that we have joint ownership and we can do whatever we want to do with it, so, but when people call me to perform these songs, I don't feel anything because I just feel like, okay, yeah, these songs are standing the test of time. And as much as they are my songs, even though I would like to sing my new songs, but I wouldn't want to sing a song that people don't know yet at an event. So I'll wait till it's discovered or they get to know it so that they can sing along with me. And then people calling me to come and sing Olufemi and the other songs, it must bring some nostalgia to them. And I wouldn't want to rob them of those feelings, especially that's what they remember me for, not the new song. So it's a good experience. However, doing it alone feels quite strange, but I've gotten quite used to it now, and I'm loving it.
So now the crowd are your group. That's what I noticed in the video.
Oh yeah, I like to do with people, like there was one I had in Manchester, and I performed with the groom. So it made it quite easy for me because I wasn't singing to his bride because that day was for them. I wouldn't want to take the attention to me. So while I was performing for the crowd, he was performing to his bride, and I love what I saw.
Wonderful. So we're going to spin it a bit. I'm going to go into gaming.
Okay.
Can we pick your brains on what your plans are for gaming?
Okay, yeah. I have 3 categories. Yeah.
I'm also a gamer, that's why I'm asking.
Ah, okay. So my end game for this is to get it on platforms like the Xbox and the PS, franchise.
Only Xbox, please.
Oh yeah, I'm an Xbox guy, but I won't rob people of the PS experience as well. So I have three categories. That's to run a game, temple run kind of game. Yeah, it comes in all manner of forms these days.
Yeah, the
like
little children like stuff like that. Okay.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the runner game, and then there is the puzzle game,
Kind of like Candy Crush.
more like Tetris like games,
Okay.
and chess. Yeah.
Right.
But of course, it's not like I'm reinventing the wheel with chess. Everybody just needs to program their own chess game as well, which is actually not as easy as it looks because of the logic behind the pieces and the moves, and for you to not to be able to be the computer at all, or the computer to compete with you. And of course, the third one, which is the role-playing game like GTA.
He said role
So
playing. Our mind was going somewhere else, so but let's bring it to GT. I'm listening.
so GT, where you have missions, you're playing a role as maybe a hustler and all that. However, the catch for mine is that it's going to be focused on the Nigerian story rather than San Andreas or Los Santos. Probably
So we're not
first.
jumping in police cars and throwing them out and taking over the
No,
car,
you probably meet police checkpoints.
and they'll take money off you.
Exactly. So anytime you pass a checkpoint, you're debited.
Jesus Christ, POS everywhere.
Exactly. So I'm going to try and bring the realities of Nigeria, because that's what I grew up, understanding the most, and putting it in the game. It's
I was thinking you would include something peaceful because GTA is very violent, if I might say.
well, if you're looking for peaceful, maybe you should listen to
If I'm looking
music.
for peaceful,
Well, games. I don't think games can be peaceful without, and you're going to be entertained. So, but at the end of the day, there's going to be peace. Yeah.
there's NBA now. I'm an NBA fan. I was with you. Like,
Oh, okay. Sports games
yeah,
can be peaceful.
yeah,
Yeah, but even in the midst of ball games, you have injuries.
that one is not violent. GTA, I don't let my children play GTA.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be for 18 and above.
Okay, no
It
problem.
mirrors the real world. Even those kids, after a while, they will need to learn what's happening on the street so that they don't fall victim to the real world.
It's really the real world. No worries. At the end of the day, they say music is a universal language, and we can only hope that through your music, peace is being promoted. They shouldn't focus on the game aspect. And like you said, obviously there's 3 stages. So
Okay, but then my game would not be quite like GTA, as in you don't have to steal cars.
mm,
Okay, you could do legit business in the game. It's gonna be teaching people also how to do stuff.
kind of like
So,
cash flow game by what's his name?
Robert
Robert
Kiyosaki.
Kiyosaki, right?
Did you ever play that game? The game itself, not the board
I
game.
tried to, and then it proved to me that I don't know how to make money, so it was quite frustrating. Yes.
Okay, I still have the game itself,
Mm,
the computer game, and it's quite interesting.
yeah, yeah. What I was gonna say is you should definitely team up because obviously your name's Tunde. You should team up with Tunde Onokoya in terms of the chess
Chess.
that you mentioned. Yeah, that would be crazy. Tunde and Tunde linking up together.
Yeah, maybe I'll get some consultation from him. When it comes to the logic behind the computer side of the game.
That would be mad.
I'm a chess player myself, but I wouldn't say I can compete at that level. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Well,
Fair enough.
it's a game I think every kid should learn
Mm-hmm.
because it tunes your mind.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I agree, and I think it should be part of the curriculum in schools as well. Yeah.
Sure.
Very
Sure.
agreed. Sure. Okay. Now moving on to the tech side of your life. Being a
Okay.
Scrum Master, you said.
Hmm.
What's that been like? And at any point, how do you get to separate the creative side of what you do versus the tech bro side?
Okay, in everything you do, every discipline can be applied.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even in sports, there's medicine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You get. So in music, I apply many of these things to music as well, because lots of people just think music production or creation is something you do when you feel like it can be a 9 to 5 for others. You could have a team, and then you have to break all these tasks into littler tasks to achieve within time frames, and that's what the agile methodology is about.
Mm.
And the scrum thingy is based on the agile methodology,
Mhm.
where as a scrum master you are head and supervisor over stakeholders or developers within your team to achieve certain goals. So you take sprints every week,
And you do a
giving
daily
people
stand up with yourself.
exactly, and then it's a repeated, it's a cycle,
Mm-hmm.
where, and that's what's applied to everything that we do or we experience these days with software, and you have updates because they keep making improvements,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't wait until everything is done
Mm.
before they release the product to you. You get.
Sometimes they release the product and then the users are the testers.
Yeah, however, they would have had testers, in-house testers, before they release it, and then when some bugs are found out by the end users, they start fixing the bugs based on backlogs of whatever the backlog is, and they address it.
Sounds like you're
So it's
explaining what Nigeria is.
I think Nigeria needs to apply that.
So would you say Nigeria is waterfall or agile?
What?
Would you say Nigeria is waterfall methodology or is it agile
It is,
methodology?
it's waterfall, totally. Totally. I don't even think they wait for feedback. You get, because the feedback
Or
falls
is
on
it or
deaf
is it
ears.
V model? May we even go back in time a bit more.
I don't even think I learned that, but I learned that waterfall methods are not, they might
They're
have
old
their,
school, very
their
old school,
their-
yeah.
yeah, they might have their merits, but it can't work now. It won't stand the competition.
Okay, so but you obviously based on your daily job or what you do right now, you know that there are some teams that you meet that will say, you know what, we're a bit of both, a bit of waterfall, a bit of agile, and we just need you to manage both.
Yeah, you get to, like, you can't apply. There are certain parts of there's some industry that you can't apply agile to,
Mm-hmm,
like agriculture.
mm-hmm,
you know you plant, you wait, and it's done, and you harvest, and
mm-hmm,
so, but when it comes to maybe the marketing part, yeah, so
mm-hmm,
you can actually mix agile methodologies with waterfall in some cases
mm-hmm.
when it comes to industries that need to observe some gestation period.
Mm. Fair enough. And how do you now handle the retrospectives that happen? Do you think there's any
Well, you let
retrospective happening in Nigeria at all?
Nigeria. You see, Nigeria is a peculiar case because we all know the problems, or we don't know how
Mm.
to solve it.
Mm. Everybody thinks they have an idea, right?
Yeah, and I think the biggest problem is there is no transparency or sincerity from the people that hold the reins to the power,
Mm.
because oftentimes the citizens are kept in the dark.
Mm.
So they obviously must have things that are challenging to them,
Mm-hmm.
but they cover up, and we never get to know it, and we can't just assume everybody's corrupt or they're embezzling money, even though it's happening on a large scale. But everybody can't be the same. Those are not the problems. The problems is might be much more than we are even ready to
Mm.
find out.
Fair enough.
I'm
Okay.
privy to a little bit of information which I'm not going to talk about. But the truth is, it's not easy to rule Nigeria, considering what we have found ourselves in.
Mm. I think that's definitely evident because I don't think, like everybody keeps saying Ipita Obi this, Ipita Obi that, and I don't think it's about the person in power. It's very much of
Yeah.
a mess right now, and whoever it is that's in power cannot do anything immediately because there's quite a few things to undo before you can even begin to think of an action plan to begin to implement anything.
First, I think it has to be taken from the grassroots, and this generation is already gone. Okay, and they need to start sensitizing the kids to change, to develop a certain mindset, because we got it wrong from each Nigerian having the wrong mindset. You get, because everything starts from you and I, and if cumulatively we all do the right things, Nigeria will be good.
But they usually say that whenever the Nigerian leaves Nigeria, they suddenly know what is the right thing to do. But the minute they end up in Muritala, there's
Well,
a reset.
I don't blame
button.
them. I don't blame them, because it's either you eat or you are eaten. Okay, but when you are in a society where nobody's trying to eat you, you probably won't be looking for who to eat. You know,
Very good way
you
to put it.
you play your part and get what you deserve. But in Nigeria, if you queue, those who are not queuing will get it, and you would not get it no matter how long you queue, and you'll never get a reward for queuing. So unless
you get punished for queue.
exactly, you get the short end of the stick. So they say when you're in Rome, you act like the Romans. So in Nigeria, you better act like the Nigerians until everybody decides, to make a change and to do right. You can only do right in your own little way.
Fair enough. So with 5 minutes left,
okay,
we wanted to know what your projections are for your music, and I guess I can't even call you Afrobeats. Because I don't want to jump on the Afrobeats conversation, because that's a hot conversation right now. So what are your projections for your music for the rest of 2024 and I guess 2025?
Okay. I want to ascertain that any song I release is something I'm very comfortable with and projects my mindset or my values. And I also want to focus more on real collaborations, not collaborations based on hype, like a really popular artist or hyped artist, but more of professionals who are good in what they do and who will be the best people to work on a project, rather than somebody who is not really musically there, but because it's been celebrated, it's on my music. You get? So I'm looking at more collaborations, especially in the instrumentation, using real instruments. I'm looking forward to that, because I like to actually do these things, score them, and eventually put them on stage, like for a musical rather than a show. You get real life musicals of Styl Plus songs, my songs. Create some product with that.
That's very much the long game. Why?
Yeah, the long game. It starts short, a step at a time, a day at a time as well.
And in sprints, I guess.
Oh yeah, exactly. Agile methodologies again.
Sure, I guess you're the Agile ambassador as well.
I try.
Sure. Any final words for the Turntable Show on Radio Africana? Big shout out to Daya for making this happen as well.
Yeah, shout out to Daya, who's been a friend for a while. Yeah, and thanks for having me on your program. And it's been a nice conversation. I I must say you have a really nice show. I've seen some of your other episodes because when you said I went back to check.
Thank
And
you.
I like to tell every aspiring artist out there that you have to believe in yourself and try not to be somebody else. You know,
To not
believe in
be
yourself.
motivated by greed.
No, 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 no. Not by greed. It's funny, right?
From nowhere. Fair enough, fair enough. It's absolutely been
Yeah.
a pleasure. And I love depth, and that's what I got from this interview because we got to speak about different things. It's not just music. It's great to know that aside from music, you wear many hats, and that's very evident in the conversation today. We are excited for the musical show that you're going to put together. We don't know when, but we are definitely stoked, and we definitely want to tour. I'm sure people in Nigeria want to see that, and definitely for us based in UK, we definitely want to see that. It's definitely long game, so we're not expecting it next month. But hey, we know you know
Yeah.
people. You know people to make it happen ASAP. But ASAP will be kind of good. So all that
Yeah.
stuff that we've been seeing, all your new releases, we'll definitely want to experience it in person because we've been waiting for a while. But yeah, thank you very much for joining us today on the Turntable
Uh,
Show. Do have a great rest of your week.